Hey boys and girls, welcome to my recap of Being Mary Jane, Season 4, Episode 7. Does Lee have a home? Because we've never seen it. And so I don't know if this is like a production budget issue that we've never been to his home. We've heard him talk about his home, but we've never heard Mary Jane talk about being in his home. They're always hanging out in her hotel room, which I get because hotels, like, you don't have to make up the bed, you don't have to clean. Like, there's definitely value in why you would spend more time hanging out in a hotel. But I'm thinking Lee might be a hobosexual. I think like something about this relationship is just off to me. Mary Jane seems happy and they have, I guess, enough chemistry. It's not like anything she had with any of the previous guys. She had chemistry in those situations and she didn't have stability or honesty, or most of them weren't even single. So in that sense, like, Lee's knocking it out the park, but I don't know if this man has a home. That's a question that needs an answer. Does Lee have a home? What do you think about that? You think Lee got somewhere to go, or is he with Mary Jane because he needs a place to stay? On the work front, MJ's doing pretty well this episode, at least at the beginning. She scored a really big get with Judge McAlister. He's a nominee for the Supreme Court. He's agreed to come on her show, and she is going to do the interview. And she and Justin keep talking about how this is a career-defining moment. Interviewing the president, yes. Interviewing a nominee for the Supreme Court, like, I guess, okay. Like, if he was maybe a first something or another, but he's another white guy in a long string of them. I don't know if this is career defining, but they keep saying it is. So, let's go along with that. But Justin has a scoop. He got a tip from a friend that Justice McAlister is, or soon to be Justice McAlister, is shady. He wants her to do some sort of like expose. And MJ surprisingly goes along with it. She gets a little pushback at first, but here's my issue. I'm a journalist. I'm not going to go on air and make an enemy of a Supreme Court justice without knowing the facts. You're going to have to give up a source. Like, you want me to go to bat for you? You want me to put my career on the line? MJ went ahead with Justin and she starts grilling the judge on national television. Her executive producer, which I didn't realize till then, they never put him in the loop. But Garrett goes ham because he's like, what are you doing? He doesn't know where the line of questioning is going, which she knows. Rhonda ends up doing the interview with MJ and the judge's wife comes on. Like, it was just bizarre. And at the end of the episode, Mary Jane's job is on the line because Garrett's like, you know what? There might be some legs to this source that Justin has. So give up your source and we're going to give the story to Rhonda and Kara, who are more experienced. And Justin's like, no, I'm not giving up the source. So Garrett turns to MJ and is like, okay, who's the source? And MJ's like, I don't know. And it sounds like she's lying because nobody in their right mind would put their career on the line and not know who the source was except Mary Jane. She's in a tough situation and I have no idea how they're going to get out of that one, because everything about Justin says to me that he'll be like, you know what? Fire me. I'm not giving it up. And MJ's just stuck. Good luck with that one, baby girl. You know what's weird about this episode? And I said something about it on Instagram, I guess yesterday, and people were like, you ain't see that? I never saw a chemistry between Justin and Mary Jane until this episode. And I was like, wait, like, where did that come from? Because, I mean, I know there's a thin line between love and hate. I thought they legitimately didn't like each other. Like, Mary Jane thinks very highly of herself, and Justin and Rhonda are both like, girl, no, they're not very impressed with her. And Justin got MJ fired, at least according to MJ's narrative of events. So she's very much has a right not to like him. But this episode, like, when they were doing the interviews back and forth and he was leaning into her, like, I was like, oh no, I've seen that version of Michael Ealy. You gonna mess around and get your face licked like old girl and their eyes were watching God. And I thought that I was being paranoid or I was reading too much into things, because you know how I feel about Michael Ealy. We don't need to go over this every week. But I thought maybe I was sensing something that wasn't there, but I threw it out and people were like, yeah, girl, you ain't see that from the beginning? That lean in when they were talking and I got you, you're not in this alone. Like, there was some undertones. We'll see if I can get some glimpses of Michael Ealy half naked. Like, I'll take this crazy storyline. I'm not the biggest fan of Lee, but Mary Jane seems happy and they're in a stable relationship and he really seems to like her. So I'm rooting for her happiness and her stability and her sanity. She's been much less crazy now that she has consistent love in her life and he's not acting a fool. And Michael Ealy just, he seemed like he gonna bring out some foolishness. Because at the very least, he has a girlfriend. But his whole disposition on this show with the I'm very unimpressed and very not into you, like she just gonna be in a relationship trying to prove to him she's worthy and love me, pick me. And I don't want to see her go through that again. But it'll be some good TV. I know that. This rivalry with MJ and Rhonda, like the very beginning of the episode, like Lee tries to distract Mary Jane because there's been a source who leaked a story that Rhonda and Mary Jane were feuding, and it made Mary Jane sound like a 5-year-old. And Mary Jane's like, I didn't talk to anybody. I definitely didn't give these quotes. And Mary Jane's like, I'm not about that life. And she goes to Rhonda and is like, hey, Rhonda, like maybe we could squash this. And Rhonda's like, no, I don't think so. But then she turns around and pulls the ultimate move with the judge. Like, I'll give Rhonda credit. Where she sees an end, she will take it. I don't like Rhonda, but I like watching Rhonda. She's good TV. I'm tuning in to see what shenanigans. Rhonda's like our mini J.R. Ewing. She's just going like, I'm just going to mess it. You got plans? I'm going to mess them up. Good luck with that. Oh, Lee's son. They made a really big deal out of it on the show. And it's like really embarrassing. Like, you know, to have your dad's girlfriend walk in on you and then to see that your boyfriend's kid is masturbating with your underwear. I wonder what they did with the drawers, because he didn't give the drawers back and you don't really want to touch the drawers after that. Think about the randomness thing. Oh, this PJ storyline with PJ and Ava, and like I saw that coming a million miles away from the time that Ava walked in the house and PJ had that look on his face like, oh, damn, because he knew it was going to be a headache. And she's turned out to be just that. PJ's out with the fellas. He spots a girl that he knew from college that he had a crush on. She's a cute girl. She struck me as like real birdie, but he was trying to impress her. Like, you know, like, oh, I'm living this New York life. I work in real estate. Like Negro, shut up. But he was trying to impress her. So she was like, yo, you want to flaunt your money? Buy me some Dom P. And he was like, I'll buy you 2 bottles. Stop. But true to his word, he shows up at the restaurant the next day. She's there. They're sharing a bottle of Dom P. Ain't no food on the table. So y'all just going to sit there and drink champagne. Cheap asses. Whatever. Ava shows up with PJ's roommate. And Ava's like, you know, she's trying to like intimidate the girl. And the girl is confused because she's like, yo, is this like your young white boo? Like, who is this woman to you? And PJ was like, you sit here at the table. We gonna get up and go to the bar because we want no parts of you. But then Ava comes over. Oh, it's all good. I'm just trying to be like the best wing woman. You guys, you should stay at my mom's apartment so that you can keep up this ruse with you being this fly dude with your Rolex. It was so obvious to me that was about to be a setup. And then he wakes up the next day and it's like, oh my God, old girl stole my Rolex. And then doesn't realize that Ava was probably in on it until after he's accusing the girl and she's looking at him like he's plumb stupid. Why was the black girl the first choice? Why didn't you think Ava got a key to the apartment? Maybe her crazy ass who likes to steal, maybe she stole the Rolex. But you live and you learn. And he learned that black chick ain't calling him no more. I'll tell you one thing I appreciated about this episode. PJ and his drawers. Brown men are just getting in their drawers. It's Tuesday. This is the 3rd brown man with abs I've seen in his drawers this week. Let's make this a trend. If you're a brown man and you got some abs, if you're doing your leg work, because I don't want to see no skinny legs. Like if you got some abs and you're brown and you've been doing your leg work, post a picture in your drawers. Like, tag me in it, and I'll go ahead and share with the family on the Instagram. Brown men in their drawers appreciation day. PJ looked nice. I didn't know all that was there. I'm not one of the horny, crazy people that's like, I wonder what's underneath there. But what was underneath there was good to see. Well, love bunnies, I think that's everything. I think we covered it all already. So if I missed anything, let me know in the comments. We can chat about it there. And I guess I'll see you next week. Bye.